Female, Episode 33, My Fellow Inpatients, Joan. Niece, after signing myself into the Girl Interrupted Hospital, the nurses moved me out of my private room with a private bathroom and moved me into a room with a roommate, which did not have a private bath. I suddenly had to share a bathroom with numerous patients on the ward. It was a bit of an adjustment, but my roommate turned out to be pretty nice. Her name was Joan, and she was young, but not as young as I was. She had a certain air of experience, like she'd done things or seen things that many people had never done or seen. She didn't talk to me much, but I was fine with that. I wasn't quite sure what to say to anyone in the hospital. There seemed to be nothing I wanted to share. Mostly I just told people I was waiting to go home. But it seemed like everyone left the short-term unit before I did, and Joan would be no different. They gave her brown paper bags to put her things in on the day she was discharged. I sat on the bed and watched as she folded her wardrobe of different kinds of black-colored pants and tops. She only ever wore black. I thought it was cool, but a bit bizarre. I wondered if she was goth. I wasn't quite sure what it meant to be goth, but I thought they only wore black. She took off the sweater she was wearing to put on a shirt, and it was then that I noticed the marks on her arms and shoulders. A few of the marks on her upper arm were pretty fresh and just beginning to scab. When she noticed that I noticed, she quickly put on a lighter, long-sleeve black top. It was beginning to get really warm outside, but it was so hard to tell since the air conditioning was so high inside of the unit. She walked around with a heavy sweater on the unit, but since she was leaving for good, she changed her top to something lighter, I thought to be more comfortable on the outside. I wondered what made her ready to leave, and I wondered who would be my new roommate. After the situation with Lisa, I felt like anything could happen. Joan was very nice and quiet, but what would the next person be like? I didn't have any insight into how I was behaving. I felt like I was being nice and easy to live with, but I began to think that maybe people saw me differently. I was a black female, after all, surrounded by people who didn't look like me. I'm sure many of them thought a certain way about black people. Whether good or bad, everyone has their opinion. I never got the impression that anyone wanted to be my friend or really get to know me. Mitch was very nice to me, but he was nice to everyone. Melissa never asked me why I was in the hospital. I don't think it was because she didn't care. I think she didn't have the emotional energy to think of anything or anyone other than her and her daughter. Joan reminded me a bit of Keith. She was a bit distant, but within that distance there was some support. Support enough to give me the space I needed to get by on my own. But maybe I was being naive, giving people too much credit, making it seem like they didn't have any kind of bias within me because I'm black. The truth was that I didn't want to believe that they held any hatred towards me because I'm black, even if it was the truth. I didn't quite understand that type of hate, just a visceral negative reaction of hate because of the color of someone's skin. How could that be? But it was, and it is. And I needed to wrap my head around it quickly. Because as I was coming to terms with my acceptance of bipolar disorder, I realized something that I didn't acknowledge at first ended up causing me a lot of damage in my life. Whether I wanted to accept it or not, bipolar disorder was real, and so was the hatred of the skin I was born into. I had to teach myself to always be mindful of this. It can creep up in some of the most unexpected circumstances, and also in some of the most ordinary of times. Until next time, this is your Aunt Sia saying, stay strong, stay healthy, and know that you are loved.
We can learn together, we can grow forever.
Hey, it's the best kept secret.
We can learn together, we can grow forever. I am not my hair, I am not my skin. I am a vessel of love and soul within. I am black bipolar female. I am black bipolar female. I am not my hair, I am not my skin. I am a vessel of love and soul within. I am black bipolar female. I am black what I do, where I stand, how I live, what I think, what I love, what I am. Black bipolar female. Yes, ma'am. Any questions you can ask, what I don't know I will pass. I will help you understand all the ups, all the downs, all the smiles, all the frowns, all the whys, all the hows. Walk the journey with me, the road is full of wows. We can learn together, we can grow forever. We can learn together, we can grow forever.